The Kolbrin Bible, Book of Wisdom, Chapter 4, Defects of Character. The man who talks much does so to cover his own weakness. Words of themselves are worthless things, and where there is much talk, there is little action. Words alone are lifeless things, having no value until they are quickened within the heart and demonstrated in deeds. Therefore, the rule is never to engage in idle chatter, and always to avoid the company of those who babble. Those who find pleasure in chattering and gossip display the outward signs of a small and irresponsible mind. Those who sow mischief with their tongue can be assured that they will reap the harvest of scorn. Speech is one of the qualities which set men apart from the animals, but it is also a drug to be handled with care. Therefore, treat all words as an apothecary does the drugs of a prescription. They must be carefully measured out and weighed, with every precaution taken against an overdose. Overindulgence in talk displays a defect of character. Therefore, even when praising another or lauding his virtue, excessive talk should be avoided, lest the speaker be accused of hypocrisy or patronage. Effusive speech is the babbling water flowing over a shallow mind. Nothing is more becoming for the intelligent man than silence, and how much more so for one who is not. The motto for those who follow the good religion should be, say little and do much. Replace words with deeds. The good will find this no hardship, but the wicked will prefer to talk. The wicked will prefer talk to action. The mouth of a man is like a horse. It must be restrained by firm control and bridled before it can serve him. If allowed out of control, it will carry him off to calamity. Therefore, guard your tongue as you would your wealth, bearing in mind that the less the words spoken, the less the errors made. Though all the wisdom of the past condemns overindulgence in chatter, this still grows in volume, while the ills of the world do not lessen, though they may change in nature. Therefore, if you would serve the good religion well, hold your tongue in check. Do not overlook it in youth, then in maturity. It may pour out wisdom, which will advance the greater cause of mankind. Words are the weapons which give power to falsehood and equip the liar. Lying and deceit are the defects of character, which most reveal its underlying weakness. The earthly punishment of a liar is in the fact that nobody believes him when he eventually speaks the truth, but he condemns himself to greater punishment in the realm of the spirit. Lack of hospitality displays the defects of meanness. Therefore, always be hospitable to the wayfarer and stranger, treating them fairly and with consideration. Do not cheat them or betray their trust and confidence in you, for this is the action of a mean nature. Those who are mean or who lead others into meanness cannot avoid a blemished soul. Few are those who recognize their own defects, and fewer still those who honestly acknowledge them. Even less in number are those who earnestly strive to overcome them, though this is an essential part of life's purpose. Most are hypocrites and self-deceivers whose regeneration commences only when they honestly search their hearts and discover what they actually are within themselves. One of the greatest defects of character is sheer indifference and lack of interest in anything beneficial and useful. A man can gain wisdom and enlightenment only when he has labored at reading and diligently studied the sacred books. Casual thinking about higher things and reading for amusement or pleasure produce no beneficial effect and serve no useful purpose. The man who is dominated by passion and is the slave of his desires is one whose character is weak. He can serve nothing greater than an earthly end. To serve the good religion, a man has to rise above this and above this end, and the means for so doing. The reason and purpose is the revelation contained within the sacred books. The man of defective character seeks to live at the expense of others and does not pull his weight. He takes and does not give. He is a parasite on the body of mankind. Therefore bear in mind that he who eats from the produce of his own hands is contented in heart and refreshed in spirit. But when eating, do not bring discord to the table or consume food while flies swarm or a dog stands by hungry. Throughout the lands of the old religions, people complain that they have little to live for, but it would be more true to say that they have nothing to die for. They can see no purpose in life, but the truth is they can see no purpose in death. They complain they do not have enough to sustain them in death. The existing religions grow old and weak, not through age, for a religion sustained by truth is ageless, but through lack of truth, which is the food of good faith. They cannot give sustenance, which provides strength to deal with the times, but the food of the good religion must still be withheld from men, for its day remains deep within the womb of time. In these times, men lack the strength of character to seek fame and seek notoriety instead. But this is no more than fame's horribly distorted image. Men are deficient in the qualities which should spur them to seek fame through service and sacrifice. They lack the driving force and inspiration which should come from their national spirit. The fertile fields of inspiration are now overgrown with weeds, and the refreshing waters of spirituality are stagnant. The sun of a new inspiration, the dawn of a new day of hope, will surely follow this night of darkness. Then mankind will surge forward once again to storm the spiritual heights, bearing a new standard, a new banner, with the device of spiritual inspiration. Pride is a quality of good. False pride and haughtiness are servants of evil. The man who has no pride in himself as a man is weak in character, and this weakness leads him into error and wrongdoing. When a man is without a standard to live by and holds himself in low esteem, any wickedness he does will not appear wrong to him. The laws of men punish the sickness and ills within the nations, but do not cure them. The precepts and moral code of the good religion are the medicines needed to prevent and cure. Their day will come. If a man is more concerned about what others may think of him than about what he knows himself to be, if he fears their judgment more than his own, then he knows the worthlessness of his own opinion. Man must be made to stand proud in his strength of character and moral integrity. The duty of religion is to make such a man. To be good, a man must not only live a good life, he must also do good deeds. These should not only such as come his way or result from his inclinations, they must also be the result of effort, search, and sacrifice. Doing good when the opportunity arises is not sufficient, for real merit results only from a hard-fought battle with evil. The man of sound character bestirs himself in the cause of good and diligently studies the sacred books to know what is required of him. He accepts with good grace the tasks imposed upon him and does not shirk his duties and obligations. He does not try to interpret the words of the sacred books in such a way that things are made easier for him. He does not treat their command lightly, neither does he shun the service they require from him. He knows that no matter how hard he strives, they can still lead him on towards greater perfection. No man is asked to be perfect. He is asked only to strive towards perfection with all his heart and his strength. No man can ever be a failure if he strives to do his duty and undertakes all the things he should. But if he turns his back on his duty and shirks his obligations, he is always a failure. A man who seeks to boost himself by displaying his cleverness is like a commander who reveals all the secrets to his defense. He lays himself open to easy conquest. The defects of character are many and varied, but before they can be overcome, they must be discovered. The words written here can be no more than a mirror, which is handed to you. Whether you look at the mirror reflection of yourself, or whether you look with deeper insight and understanding, does itself depend upon the nature of your own character. The defects of a defective character may conceal its own deficiencies from itself, but they cannot remain hidden if sought in the light of wisdom and truth.